Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. We're here with the new SBR stage that is indeed on the global side of the game. They've added Planet Namek Saga SBR stage, and as I said earlier in one of the previous videos, I think from now on, I think they're releasing one new stage at a time. So it's been a little drip fed. But I guess it kind of does help because it means we're not waiting as long as, you know, we usually have been on global, or in Dokkan in general, to be fair, for like, you know, a few stages of SBR and ESBR to be added like once every 6 months to a year. So while it is kind of drip fed, at least we're not waiting as long, I guess. So there's kind of like a balance in there, but yeah, with there being a new SBR stage, of course, we're going to have to conquer it. Of course, Planet Namek Saga, this team I'm going to go for. Of course, LR Frieza being the absolute monster that he is. Also, mine's level 10 links. This one's also 79% in the dupe system, so should be good to go. Other than that, I've pretty much got a full GINYU Force team, barring, of course, the free-to-play EZA LR Frieza that's going to be in rotation with the LR Full Power Frieza. But even if you do have some of the, you know, premium summonable units on Planet Namek Saga, running a full GINYU Force team might actually not be a bad idea considering how good their EZAs are. Don't forget, this is SBR, so it is definitely a little bit more easier, and the GINYU Force can definitely handle it. In terms of if you kind of want to go complete balls to the wall, you know, LR Frieza, LR Goku, I mean, by all means, go for it. If you do have some of the more premium units, definitely put them on the team. The only thing with Planet Namek Saga, you are going to go down that route. It's not as synergistic, like in terms of linking units together. You need to wait for this guy to transform to link somewhat well with him. And in ESBR or SBR, you know, you don't really have the time to be doing that. You know, there's not really that many amazing units on this team. You could take this Frieza as well, who's pretty decent for SBR and ESBR. If you are missing the premium units, however, let's say for example you don't have Frieza, or you don't have a Planet Namek Saga lead, you just might as well run a full GINYU Force team. Literally, including the free-to-play LR, taking LR Frieza as a friend, just to get the extra leader skill, and just run a full GINYU Force team. If you do not have any, I say premium units, if you pretty much don't have this Frieza, just run a full GINYU Force team. Trust me, it should get you through this easily, no problems. That's what I would do. That's partially what I'm already doing now. The only difference is because I have Frieza, I'm going to run him. Yeah, but just run an LR Full Power Frieza friend. As I said, it should get you through this, no problems. But if you have been enjoying the content on the channel, don't forget to drop a like and also subscribe if you are new. All the support is very much appreciated. But I don't think this is going to be... I don't think this is going to be difficult. I think this is going to be relatively easy to do. So we're going to put Raccoon in slot 1. Let him build up his guard. Of course, we need to get Frieza on the other rotation with LR Full Power Frieza, because he doesn't need to be here. We'll give Captain GINYU those, and then we'll give the LR Full Power Frieza these, I guess. Not that he's going to get a super attack off. Maybe an additional might come in for us. But let me know how you found completing this SBR stage. Have you found it difficult? Have you found it easy? As I said, I know Planet Namek Saga is not the most synergistic team. There's some good units on there, but it's kind of like a football team, or, you know, a basketball team. You kind of have like a couple superstars, and then the kind of quality kind of takes a dip, if that makes sense. You know, you have your LR Full Power Frieza, you have the LR Super Saiyan Goku, you know, you maybe have this LR Frieza who's kind of like a good player in the mix. You know, Planet Namek Saga Goku's okay, the strength one, shall I say. But for the most part, you know, you kind of have a few superstars, and that's kind of it, if that makes sense. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but as I said, Planet Namek Saga is not the most synergistic, especially if you are going to go down the route of LR Full Power Frieza and LR Super Saiyan Goku. So, I mean, as I said, your best bet is definitely running a full GINYU Force team, or at least LR Full Power Frieza and a full GINYU Force team after that. Just because they're, you know, you're never going to struggle for ki. You're always going to be getting super attacks off. They're just also phenomenal EZAs. You know, you've got GINYU, who has great defense, great damage output, stacks, while he won't be able to, like, you know, get up to ridiculous lengths here. The extra attack and defense is definitely, you know, valuable and helpful. Raccoon's got the guard. Goldo Silzen stuns everyone. Jace is pretty decent after he super attacks. He's, you know, he's okay. Also supports extreme class allies. Berta has the dodge. I'm pretty sure if I remember rightly, he does also stack on super. He does stack his defense. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he does. I don't think my memory's that bad. And then the LR GINYU Force unit, pretty much run as a floater. Supports the remainder of the GINYU Force units, and you'll be having 2 of them, so you'll constantly be having support on every rotation. So, as I said, even if you do have some of the more premium units like LR Frieza, like LR Goku, you know, free-to-play LR Frieza, you know, the old Strength Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan, Transforming Super Saiyan Goku, even third form Frieza, you could take him if you want. Easiest bet is just go for a full GINYU Force team. And it should do you well. I don't think it will steer you wrong. Who's super attacking us? GINYU. We'll Usher. Kind of avoid that completely. Also, Jace foresees enemy super attack. I completely forgot about that, so that's also another major bonus. But we'll attack Raccoon with the type advantage. One thing that Goku will have like kind of the leg up for, whereas Frieza won't on an event like this, is we're facing all extreme enemies, where Goku will actually kind of thrive because he gets extra attack for facing, you know, extreme class enemies. Whereas Frieza, of course, you need to be facing super class enemies. So, you know, LR Goku would be good here, but as I said, in terms of the synergistic side of this team, if you're trying to pack it out with premium summon units, it's not as easy to do. Like, it just doesn't work as well. But by all means, Goku should still do well here, you know, if you want to use him. Just link him with the old Strength Dokkan Fest transforming Goku. Should be able to share enough links to get his 12 key off, you know, regularly, which the extra defense wouldn't be a bad thing. Especially if he's in slot 1, getting an additional two 12 keys, building his defense in, you know, 1 turn is definitely useful. But yeah, as I said, do let me know down in the comments how you have found the new SBR stage, and also let me know what do you think of the new, not really new, but what do you think, and what's your opinion of the way Dokkan's going to be releasing SBR and potentially ESBR stages in the future? Did you prefer the old way? You know, where Dokkan would just release, you know, about 6 to 8 stages, maybe 10 at a time, but you had to wait like so long for a new stage. Do you prefer this way, where they're releasing 1 but more frequently, or would you prefer something else? I don't know, maybe like a couple of stages like every few months or something. Let me know. Let me know if you prefer the old way or the current way they are indeed doing things. Personally, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't kind of the hugest fan of the whole, you know, we're gonna drip feed you 1 stage and more frequently. But if I'm being honest, I don't actually mind it, because, you know, as I said, the fact that we get them a little bit more frequently does kind of balance it out slightly. You know, rather than almost 10 new stages but months and months of wait. 1 extra new stage, while it is only literally 1, but more frequent. I mean, I'm not the hugest fan of it, but I don't hate it, if that makes sense. So, while it's not the best, it's not the worst. So I'm not really complaining. You know, at least when it comes to covering content on the channel, at least, you know, if there was 1 stage, you know, I'm not, you know, I kind of have time to cover it. Whereas, you know, if we get like 10 stages at a time, I'm literally trying to just, you know, run through the new stages as quick as I possibly can while trying to cover other content on the channel with new stuff coming out, you know. So, you know, on that side of things, in terms of making content, I actually don't really mind it. It actually kind of helps stay on top of, you know, all the rest of the content. Like, for example, if there was 10 new stages right now during this celebration, and let's say I did summon on the Future Androids battle, not only would I have summoned, that was a waste of a Whis. I've got GINYU Seals, but that's kind of a waste of a Whis now that he's not supering. You know, imagine I did summon on the Future Androids. That would have been a summon video today, showcase on the Future Androids, showcase on the free-to-play LR Androids, the EZA LR Androids, the video on how to obtain medals, this video, then I'll be constantly trying to do SBR runs, covering all the new stages, you know, as quick as possible, you know, to cover them while they're relevant. So, you know, if they are releasing 1 at a time, while it's, as I said, not the best and I'm not the biggest fan of it, I don't mind it when it comes to covering content on the game. it means that I'm not going to fall behind, kind of like what happened with, you know, the new SBR, ESBR stages, and also the Dragon Ball Heroes content. So when it comes to content, I actually quite like it. But when it comes to a consumer side, like me just, you know, playing Dokkan and just, you know, devouring the content, if you will, as I said, not the hugest fan, but I don't hate it if the stages are going to be brought out more frequently. But yeah, so far this has been a complete breeze. You know, as I said, I think even if you do have the more, you know, the premium units, you do have the better units for Planet Namek Saga. You know, running a full GINYU Force team is definitely a good, viable option. I mean, you're kind of seeing that now. As I said, if you don't have LR Full Power Freezer, even more, you've reason to run them. Just take an LR Full Power Freezer friend. This phase, however, is kind of where LR Super Saiyan Goku is going to shine. You know, you're facing a Freezer enemy. Since there's one, it takes a lot longer for you to get his health down and eventually beat the stage. But at least if you have Goku on the team, he would have been critting non-stop on this phase, which obviously would have made this a lot quicker. And he would have done well in the previous phases, you know, especially because he does get extra attack from facing extreme class enemies. But this phase, he would have been absolutely, like, decimating, like, he would have been dominating. So there is a good reason and a valuable case for bringing in LR Super Saiyan Goku. It's just, as I said, Planet Namek Saga isn't the most synergistic team when it comes to running all the best units on one team. But the rotation of the old Dokkan Fest transforming Super Saiyan Goku, the LR Super Saiyan Goku, isn't a bad rotation. You need the Strength Super Saiyan Goku to transform as quick as possible, so you can get those extra links off. But you could definitely bring him as well. You know, I'm not saying you can't. As I said, this final phase he would have destroyed already because he would have been non-stop critting Frieza. But now that that's said, this attack should do enough damage with the type advantage, and we are done. As I said, it's SBR. You know, sometimes you underestimate SBR a little bit because of how difficult ESBR is. I said that was a breeze. I said run a full GINYU Force team. Even if you have some of the better units, run LR Full Power Freezer with a GINYU Force team, you'll be good to go. And if you don't have LR Full Power Freezer, even more reason for you to run a full GINYU Force team, because the EZA GINYU Force units are just so good. Not to mention, instead of having, you know, two, you know, you have four items at your disposal. You'll be okay. Yeah, that was incredibly easy. Let me know how you found that down in the comments, and also let me know how you're, you know, what you think of the new kind of, I guess, a drip feed to the new SBR and the SBR stages. Are you a fan? Are you not? What would you prefer? Let me know. I'll see you next video, guys, and peace.